There's just preparation for preseason that might start in maybe in March. So there's actually really no reason
to hold on to
Taiwo Awoniyi. And so I'm just happy that he's available now. But like Cosmo said, the key players will be those who feature in Manchester City and other leagues. They don't feature for the main team as well. So we're hoping that they can release them for this training camp and subsequently for the African Championship. Remember, these clubs always insist that these competitions are not part of the FIFA calendar. But if they are not part of the main team, there should ordinarily be never any reason to hold them beyond the time. And it's very interesting that the federations themselves must have an excellent rapport with these club sides. That is very key. If you have an excellent rapport with these club sides, it makes release of the players particularly easy. It's smoothing things for everyone, and everybody is just particularly happy.
All right, so that's the story around the Flying Eagles of Nigeria. We wish Manu Gaba and his boys the very best of luck. Let's also remind you that the camp of the Super Eagles also opened in Abuja today. They are going for 2 friendly games in Dubai. Abu Dhabi, I beg your pardon. They're going to be playing against Cote d'Ivoire, and they will be playing against Sudan. But that's essentially for the home-based players who also have the qualifiers for the African Nations Championship sometimes in 2015. All right, I think that's the much that I'll be able to take from Cosmos Chukwuemeka, the guy from southeastern Nigeria trying to crack a proverb from the southwest.
I can say that.
And he tried.
He did well.
We didn't land well anyway.
I speak Yoruba well, you know.
But let's okay, you are trying. It's cracking more. It's cracking more. All right, gentlemen, I must thank you so much for your time. It's time for us to switch gears now. We told you we have a very special guest in the house. Questions are already flying in. Twitter is buzzing because questions are coming in fast and furious. And I told you, we're going to put him on the hot seat. Get your questions ready. Don't forget the hashtag Sports Tonight, as you send your questions to our special guest on Sports Tonight this special day, the president of the Nigerian Football Federation, Amaju Pinnick. And get it ready. Keep it simple. Keep it straight. The good, the bad, the ugly, the controversial. Keep everything coming. He will be ready to answer all your questions. And he will be joining us on Sports Tonight after this timeout. So join us again. All right. Thank you for staying with us. It's time for us to move on now. My special guest is in the house. And it gives me a lot of pleasure to introduce to you the president of the Nigerian Football Federation, Amaju Pinnick, joining us on Sports Tonight. And already the questions are coming in fast and furious. But I want to take the privilege of throwing the first one. Let me start by thanking you for coming on the show. At very short notice, you were still able to come on our invitation and to come on Sports Tonight.
Thank you very much for having me.
Let me start with this one. 2014, how would you describe it for Nigerian football? The year 2014, the outgoing year.
To me, it's just one of those phases where you think things are not 100%, but I think we're able to achieve some level of success, especially in terms of female football. Male football, I think, is just a phase, you know. Last year was very good. This year, maybe appreciably. But the good news about this year is that we are here to redefine football. And we came on the 30th of September. And whatever shortcomings that was observed will be corrected in the coming year. So I think one of the reasons why I even decided to honor your invitation is to reassure Nigerians that by God's grace it will be well as from next year. And we already started already.
Oh, today is December 30. That makes it exactly 3 months that you were elected as president. 90 days that you were elected as president of Nigeria Football Federation. How will you describe these 90 days? Pleasure.
Well, not really.
Pleasure. No stress.
No. How can you say that? 90 days of, I don't want to go into that, but I think it's been a very tough task. It's been a very tough call. But by God's grace, we've been able to observe a lot of things, and we are working assiduously towards achieving our set goals, our collective vision, you know. And I'm very happy with members of my executive committee because everybody, for the first time, have decided to say this is the direction we must go if we must make an impact in football in Nigeria.
Okay, let me go to Twitter very quickly. A lot of people are throwing questions at you. Ohaba at Ohaba Joe says 2014 was a good year for sports. Was a good year for sports, but for football it was average. and it says, what is NFF's president's plan for the local league? The league must become the backbone of our football. Let me throw this one at you. What is going to be the plan for the league?
Yeah, you see, one thing that we have started, which of course is very key to league development, is the fact that we need to train our referees. You know, from the outside, when I mean from the outside, before I became elected, before I got elected, we've always observed that referees or refereeing, you know, play a very cardinal role in terms of even people coming to stadium, in terms of even making stadium your destination, in terms of, because if you go to a game and you know, for example, Warriors is going to win, and you know that now the caliber of players, you know, being assisted by the referee, you want to go for that game, you know. So our emphasis from day one is to train referees, expose them to the basic rudiment, give them the best form of training, and that's what we've done. We've sent 10 referees to England. While they were there, we got a letter from CAF inviting one to go and officiate in the World Cup and the Nations Cup. Now, on the 25th, we are sending about 21 referees. They are leaving on the 25th. Our aim is within the next 3 months to train 50 referees. Now, after training them, we'll sit down with the league management and say, okay, what is the indemnity? Let's see how we can increase their remuneration at par with what things in England. Then after doing those, we expect referees to go above board. We expect referees to go anywhere and be fearless and be firm and be fair. You know, anything short of that will not be accepted by the Football Federation. I'm telling you that because that was one area.
So you want to work with a core of 50 referees?
No. I mean, we're going to go beyond that, but we want to trade 50 first.
Expose them to the best.
Expose them to the best. Like the 10 that went, I mean, they can come and tell you what they saw, you know.
Elite referees.
Yes, elite referees. We are going with under 10. And we're looking at the young referees that, of course, one of our dreams is to have a referee officiate in 2018 World Cup. Nigeria has a population of 170 million people. And to me, it's a shame that we don't have referees at that level because of what is perceived that our referees are not good enough, which is called to us is a slap on our face. So we have taken it upon ourselves, not just for them to feature in international tournaments, but to improve the quality of officiating in Nigeria. If you improve the quality of officiating in Nigeria, you'll be able to go to, like those days, you go to stores, you see 3SC against Abiola Babes, you see 3SC against NND, officiating, Chukwujeku, Alex Mana, before the line of Suba, Black Arrow. These are guys, we wonder what these things are going to. You see a team, you know, a team will be in the league,